Okay, guys, I only want winners out on the field. Who's a winner? I said, who's a winner? Everyone's hand should be up.
I am.
Okay, everyone bring it in. Who are we?
Tigers.
What?
Tigers.
All right, let's break someone's clavicle on 3. 1, 2, 3, break someone's clavicle! Hit the field, let's go.
Just golf today.
How'd you fire?
Played, I don't know, we played 11 holes and it got dark. I was 1 or 2 over.
Little twilight rate.
I'm flushing it right now, man. Got a big Ryder Cup coming up this weekend, 36 Saturday, 18 Sunday. So I'm looking to, make a statement.
It was kind of crazy that you weren't on the pod after our draft weekend when we absolutely took you and Gus behind the woodshed.
Oh, did I miss that?
You did miss that
Yeah,
weekend.
shoot, you must have.
No way, I missed that.
So it's kind of interesting to hear that your golf game's rounded into form now.
Look, I hope. I don't want to jinx anything. Last Ryder Cup, last October, I played horrible, so I got some making up to do.
Oh man. All right, well, good golf talk. Let's dive into some fishing, Gus. Do you wanna intro us here? Get this pod
Yeah,
rolling?
for sure. Yeah, welcome back everybody to episode 120 of the Muskies on Tap podcast. You just heard there the voices of my brother Max, Brian, and myself, Gus, and we do have a special guest, or I should just say co-host at this point. We've had old Taylor on many, many times. Taylor Flannery. How you doing, Taylor? Your screen's all dark, and you just got off the lake, and you caught some muskies. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going great. We caught a muskie. It was a good one, so that was nice. If you're going to catch one, at least make it a nice one. Client got a 45 3/4 tonight on a 7/8 Hunsey tail banger. That is no
Shout out.
surprise. Shout out. And he also lost a very nice fish at the boat, which he was kind of kicking himself for, but it was back-to-back spots that he had both of those fish and did not take long to redeem himself. So that was really cool. Glad to get a nice one in the net tonight. Had a great day on the water. So
I'm a little
Doing
out of the loop as to the conditions up there right now. Where'd you catch that fish? Water temp? Kind of what are the fish doing?
well, they were up shallow. We actually hit 2 different lakes tonight. We started at, I don't know, 10 in the morning, and we ran until right at last light there. But we had 60 to 62 degrees on both of those lakes, and one was like a green stained water, and then the second lake was basically crystal clear water. And I don't know. It was nice. Both lakes. We moved one on the first lake, and second lake we had a little bit more action. But we were big fish hunting tonight, and had a couple of clients that I knew that they could cast and work baits and do all the things. So we went for it all, and we ended up getting rewarded for it. But yeah, all the fish were right up shallow on the cabbage, access to deep water, doing the early fall thing. So right where they should have been.
That's perfect. Do you get do you get anything going on pull pause today, Taylor?
No, we did not. It was all blades, actually. We had one fish on the first body of water, kind of beach balled a Cannonball Junior, which topwater, normally is fantastic this time of year, and it's just been a little bit off. Had a lot of fish kind of nipping at it and doing stuff with it, but just not catching a lot of fish on top. But it is that time of year, so I will have somebody throwing it when you have the conditions. But otherwise, no, it was all blades. The 7/8 banger, and then a new prototype from Hunsey Tails. Shout out again. That one brought in a fish as well, so it was mostly blades today.
Hell yeah. No, that's been pretty consistent here, honestly. I haven't really found too great of a well, honestly, I'd say more of the rubber category on pull pause. We're finding our stride with a nice little suic bite going on, or at least starting to develop. some kind of like dive and rise. And other than that, it's been just purely bucktails and topwater for all action catches, hooking. I mean, it's like everything you dream of in musky fishing. It's like pick a structure on the lake, make sure it's got some good green weeds, and you're probably going to find some pretty happy muskies going on straight retrieve baits, which makes life very easy. I see Max cheesing down there. What you cheesing about, bud?
No, you're right, man.
Bud.
But yeah. All right. Thanks, pal. Thanks, pal. No, I just yeah, I'm cheesing. It's a good time of year. I was able to get out on some metro waters here 3 times over the last week. So I'm right there in stride with you guys. The only thing here now, little update for y'all. I'm a sand believer. We have made contact. So
Yeah, me
it's
too.
it's a thing. You do some sand fishing over in Wisconsin this week?
Me? Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I did.
Nice.
I fished a A1 spot of a lake, and we didn't raise or side image a single fish. And I looked at the guys, and I'm like, "All right, we are going to before we leave this lake, we're going to try one crazy thing." And they're like, "What's that?" I'm like, "We're gonna throw top water, and we're gonna go stupid shallow." And we had about a thick mid 40s, trying to eat a MK65 flaptail twice with the boat in 2.8, cast it into about 1 to 2 feet of water, and that's where it came from. It's just
Yeah.
pure sand, gravel, gunkweed, mostly just sand, gravel. So
Yeah. No, the inside weed edge bite pure sand stuff was been it's been really fun to learn. I've been fortunate. Tucker from over at Thorn Bros has been really nice. He's taken me out a couple times this last week, and we've been able to get out in some short stints. So it'd be really fun to like put the hammer down on one of these days this fall, but like we've been kind of laboring on the whole sand bite over the last couple weeks and just starting to get our feet wet with it. Um, for those that like haven't been following along forever, like we're really new to Minnesota fishing. Like even me living here, this is probably
right,
the second year I've started to fish the Metro truly. And the sand bite
first in
thing we've been
September.
first really in September because last year I was up in Wisconsin like all of September.
Yep.
And so like this is the first year I've really kind of excuse me started doing the sandbite thing, and yeah, it's cool, man. I mean, we I was able to finally get my first sand fish, which was awesome. It was a really nice one. And then it's a thing. They're up there, they're chewing, they're coming in hot, clear water, flying into the eight. It's a blast. The only thing I will say, um, we have found at least on the handful of outings we've been out, moon has been, I don't know how it's been for you guys in northern Wisconsin, but it has been like freaking clockwork down here. I mean, it has been
Clockwork.
the juice. Like you might as well just eat a ham sandwich and drink a beer. Troll.
And drive around and find the sand or spot
Drive
lock on it.
around and find the spots, and we were fishing really hard because like we're getting out after work and we got 3-4 hours to just hammer.
Sure.
And we were fishing that moonrise the last week. So I think
Oh yeah.
last Thursday was at like 6, and then last night it was right at sunset. And then we fished on Saturday night as well. And yeah, it was the same deal as like nothing, 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 spot, 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 and then get to a spot on Moon, looks exactly the same as the other 6 spots, and then it was just like fish start flying in
Yeah.
and chewing and trying to
Interesting.
eat and doing the we're out on Minnetonka. It's probably no secret to most people listening to this, but like those fish just I don't know, people who probably listen to this fish Minnetonka know like those fish they go like suicidal on baits, but like they don't get hooks. I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. I don't I can't
They're
my mind
eating
can't
with their
comprehend
mouth
it.
closed.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of convinced they are, and then you hook one and you're like, well, fucking finally, like Jesus Christ, that's no
Right?
different than the other 6 eats we've gotten. But yeah, we've seen some really nice fish. So hoping that this month produces like the big one. We have located a queenie. So that was really cool to see. And it's just totally other world. I don't think I'm giving away any secrets here. I mean, I think we're using some different baits, so I'll keep that one to the chest. I'm sure other people have their own
Hey,
secrets and stuff on the Metro waters that work really well. But yeah, it's really cool. It's very real. It's been really fun to learn for sure.
What about a nice trailer hook for those nipping fish? You just kind of hope and pray they don't engulf it. It's all the
I've
way in their
thought about
stomach.
it. Yeah, I've thought about trying to figure out a way to either put like a stinger
Nice little
hook on the
circle
back of
hook. Yeah.
back of the bait, or somehow move the hook back further even.
Yeah.
Especially
yeah,
those top water baits. It just seems like they just come up and like they're making a lot of commotion for not a lot of tugging. I don't really understand
Yeah.
it. Um,
oh man, those
so
Minnesota fish can just be frustrating like that. But I mean, that's sweet though that you're finding some absolute beauties up shallow and
yeah.
um and really big ones after talking to you. I mean, he sounds like you found one that's like a good 10 inches bigger than our queenies that we're going after. So
Yeah.
little
Yeah, there
little
was one
different
that
types.
made me shake in my boots, and it wasn't even behind my lure.
Jeez.
Ooh,
I started getting the trigger finger ready for the net, and I think that was the mistake. The second I started going for the
yeah.
The
net,
early walk. Oh,
I early walked into the net because it was like felt like a no doubter. But
can't do that.
what's just to like talk about this, Taylor, feel free to chime in on this super shallow water bite, but like in the clear water. What's crazy is you can see these fish are tracking baits from like not, you typically when we're in northern Wisconsin pounding the shallow weeds, it's like you feel like you kind of got to hit them over the head. But we've seen it now visually where these fish are actually tracking baits from like the side 15 feet away,
Just
where you
come
can
flying
see them
in.
flying in, and then
Jesus.
they'll get behind the lure or whatever. Um, it's a
I
pretty
don't
cool deal, man.
I don't I don't know, what Taylor has to say here. I think it's hard for me to like what's the word I'm looking for? Um I'll maybe think of it, but basically like finding these same patterns that you're talking about, Max, with this type of sand bite you're saying, because I typically fish dirtier water, as you know. There's a lot of clear
Hmm.
water up here, but I don't hit it quite as much, but I plan on and learning it more this time of year. I'll hit clear water here and there throughout the year, but this is the time of year where I kind of like find my groove with the dirty water, bloomed up shallow bite. Like
Hmm.
it's blooming on a lot of lakes, and for here, it's typically a lot of boat side action out of nowhere or splashdown eats. I lost one today that actually, well, it didn't quite bite, but literally the bucktail landed on the water, and before I could like engage the reel, there was just hella commotion, like right where it landed,
Yeah.
and I could tell it pushed it or something. And I mean, that's landing in still weeds, I would say, but that was like a tight break line to the shore, whereas pretty much just like a short. It was basically like the weeds within like the dock lengths, 30 feet from shore, um,
Yeah.
unstained water. So it's just kind of different. You don't see them track it down. The only time you'd ever see it like that is top water. And lately it's been they come to the boat late or they're eating it way out in the cast with zero follow. I honestly think this whole season I maybe seen one fish pushing wake on a top water. They've either been just smacking it at the boat without you seeing them, or they're smacking it out in the cast without you ever seeing them follow.
Yeah, it's so it would here's something that's kind of been interesting. So almost every fish we've interacted with has come to almost to the boat or at least followed where we've seen it visually, and then it'll either turn off like 10 to 15 feet out. But two interesting things. So one of the top water follows that Tucker got, we literally visually he I kind of saw it, he saw it for sure, but like he was rolling in his top water bait and he literally saw the wake come from like an adjacent small weed bed to sand to his top water and then get behind it and then start following in. So like
Love
it
it.
came from like 15 feet to the right of the bait, and you could see it wake in at the bait and then get up
Yeah.
behind it
So they're
and
doing what
then
they
waked
should
it,
do.
doing what they should do. And then we've been fortunate to have some pretty good like low hanging clouds every time we've gone out. But what I found super interesting is like the one hit I got way out on the cast was actually when the skies parted and it became really sunny. And in my head, I was like, oh, it's about to get really tough. And I took a bomb cast up in some sand, and you're like looking out. I mean, the water is a little bloomed on Tonka right now, but for the most part, like it's still Tonka, it's clear. And I'm looking at this like big sand flat. You don't see anything. Bomb cast out there, and I'm like halfway back, and all of a sudden, just an upper 40s out of nowhere just comes vertical on the bait. Like you never see it, and it doesn't make any sense. You're like, you think you could almost see the fish, but it just comes out of nowhere. So
Well, they're aren't they there for like a one sole purpose to just retain heat? So they possibly like belly tight to bottom, but
it's funny.
active?
We've speculated back and forth a little bit in the boat, and every time I say something about like maybe why they're not here, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So
Because it's not like you're
I
in
really have no
three, four
idea.
feet of water and sand and you're like, there's 30 perch right there and look at all those suckers swimming around. Like there's
It,
nothing, you
you
don't
hit
really
the
see anything.
you hit the nail on the head. I mean, maybe besides a little bit of bait popping here and there, but like, I mean, you fish Tonka now, like there is miles and miles of beautiful, like perfect weed
Deep
edge
weeds.
around the
Deep
entire
weeds.
lake, just
Oh God,
littered
yeah.
with bluegills, crappies, bait everywhere. And so it's like it is really confusing sometimes. Is like, why are these fish up here? Like, because we are fishing, past the beautiful edges, past the junk weed, past the choked out stuff. So it's like, yeah, how do you even get here? It's like we can't even drive our boat out of here. We got a trolling motor out of here. It's, so choked out in some cases. So it is a phenomenon that have been really lucky to start to learn and think it's like one of the coolest things. So it's been fun.
I mean, it's cool.
Better soak it up now because in like 3, 4 weeks you're gonna get that 2 day stretch in October where you see like maybe one fish, maybe a sign of life, and you're just gonna be wishing it was late
Dude,
August.
I'm starting to think that the sand thing could probably be a thing for.
Till ice up.
I mean, when we were out on Tonka in November, like we saw that fish up in 2 feet of sand when we were going
Yeah.
from one spot to another. And I think at the time we were just like, oh, that's like an inactive fish not doing anything. I bet you that fish was extremely catchable if we would have been
Well,
casting at that
yeah, we had
spot.
the boat on it and then we're just peppering
Yeah,
it.
we're
So if we snuck up on it,
Yeah.
yeah, we snuck up onto it with the big motor and all of us big heads staring at it and be like, "Oh, look at that."
But
bunch of
that's the
fat
stuff
heads
we're
looking in the water.
fishing cast length away. So, it's like,
Sure.
but I don't know if it lasts or how long it lasts. These are the things I'll, hopefully learn and figure out. But yeah, like I said, it's just been a fun new bite to start to
Yeah.
learn.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've seen him on like this like sand type things, sand humps and whatnot. Taylor, I don't know if you got anything to add this time of year on this whole sand thing, but I still just kind of think with northern Wisconsin is just different. The lakes lay out too much different. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't really have much to add on the sand thing. I sent you a text and said to tell Max that I caught one on like 6 foot of sand, but that doesn't sound like it's anywhere. That's about 3 times deeper than what Max is fishing. Um, but
Too
we
deep.
get where like the perch, yeah, shallower. But we get where
Shallower.
we get where the perch will come up and kind of ball up, on a certain sandbar or whatever, and that's where you get a lot of those fish will come up and do the perch thing there. But I don't see anywhere that I've fished that just for no random reason at all that those fish go up into 1 to 2 feet of nothing but sand and just hang out and are actually feeding. That's definitely got to be a Minnesota thing.
Mainly, yeah. I've still tried it kind of here, and it's very inconsistent compared to to that because like as you saw, Taylor, I know you did more of the big fish, low density lakes, but they were chewing and still for us finding them, like it was just straight up weeds and weed edges. Even in the dirty lakes where I was fishing in 6 to 8 feet of water, um, that's still kind of where they're sitting. We did contact some that were quite shallow and very shoreline related, but still probably 4 or 5 feet of water. Um, but one thing I was gonna we just kind of brushed over, Maxie kind of asked, and then went straight into more sand talk. But you're talking about like moon phases and whatnot. You're saying like I don't know if like it's mattered much for us. It kind of it the main one that did matter that's now kind of into the night, depending on how late if you guys are listening, how late you guys want to fish. But the full moon rise, that moon rise was like deadly. That thing was like on point last week leading up to the full moon. That's when fish were chewing every day, kind of no matter what lake you're on. Um, didn't always, boat them in that scenario, but that was for sure when fish were moving around. The rest of the day has been a crapshoot between that major and just random times. Actually, so much that there's a few days where I got to ask the clients and when the moon phases are because I didn't look at them for the day. It's like we're just fishing until sunset. I know when this moonrise is, and that's the one that's like really gonna matter. But until then, it's gonna be very random, and we're just gonna fish hard.
Isn't it
This
weird
is
how like certain majors or minors in a certain moon phase just like randomly fire fish up more than the other majors and minor periods during that moon phase? I have no idea why that would be the
I
case,
feel
but
like it's random too. I don't know. I've
Yeah, you're
had
just
plenty
eyeing
of
active fish
I've
somehow.
I've had plenty of like leading up to full moons and the moon rises not like what it has been the last few days.
no, it'd be like the midday underfoot. You're like, dude, we got to fish this underfoot. There's a 2 hour stretch today that'll be great, and then yeah, I don't know. So
Sometimes weather and pressure just trump it.
I
Always,
guess,
yeah.
yeah, always, but at the same time, kind of not for at least our last few times.
Well, I mean, at least we're just kind of spewing out all sorts of information, whether you're listening from Minnesota or Wisconsin.
Here's a
Yeah,
bunch of
Use
things.
it.
Now make your own opinion, sort through
yeah.
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. No, that was like that was like today I was guiding some people that they had a friendly tournament going on this weekend and they're like, yeah, the people that were going to this little meeting, they're probably gonna be asking, what are we finding them on today? And I'm like, you just tell them everything because we're literally throwing everything and fish are following everything. I'm like, you ain't
Yeah, it
lying,
sounded
but
like
you're
you had a
definitely
good
not.
day today.
Yeah, today was like unreal. I mean, we went more action water and I just had a half day trip out for 5 hours and definitely the most amount of action I've probably ever seen in a half day. I think we contacted 16 visually. Uh, After now going back to the day, realized we hooked 8 and caught 3. So what felt like we did the bare minimum of putting in the net, we went every single spot with contacting a fish, whether it was hooking it or seeing it at the boat. And yeah, and one fish that I vacuumed up from the back because I cast it today with clients was the first ever topwater figure eight fish under the water that I've ever gotten, um, which is bizarre. Usually I've always had them turn off. This one, like I was saying before, did not follow it where I was waking up on it. I did one turn on the top and I saw on the side image a little blip and I'm like, oh, hey guys, I think there's one that's following me. And I dip it underwater, do the turn, and it came up and ate it. And I'm like, no way. This
That's
never
cool.
works.
Welcome to manhood, Gus.
Yeah, welcome,
Yeah, I'm
pal.
finally there. I don't
About
even throw
time you
top
start
water all
dunking
that
them
much.
top waters.
Yeah, preach, preach, preach.
Nice and deep, like that a boy.
It was way down there with that 10 footer.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, it was good. And a nice tiger. Got the Tim's dad, Steve, got his first ever tiger. A nice 39 and a half. So
Shout out Tim's dad.
Shout out Tim's dad.
Steve is his name, but
Shout out Steve.
Steve.
shout out. But yeah, it was a fantastic day. Weather and and a system with a lot of muskies in it definitely helped.
Where's that at?
The chain, Eagle River chain.
Oh, okay, okay.
Super secret.
I
Don't
think
tell
we,
anybody,
White
guys.
yeah,
spots
yeah.
now.
Beep. About the
Um,
one place I'll say.
I think we've patted ourselves on the back enough for this early September full moon bite. Um, Gus, what do you think? Should we fire up an on the line? I know Brian, we've been saving one for Brian to hear since he
We
missed
got a
out
big
last
one
week.
here. Yeah.
I
We
haven't
got to
even
fire this
listened to
one up.
this yet. I'm excited.
I know I kind of kept you guys in the dark in this. I just knew it was for Brian from Mr. Phil Stodola.
That's
Let's
a big
let her
man.
rip.
Hey guys, this is Phil from Green Bay calling in on the MOT-line once again. Mr. Eccles, just when I thought you
Not
couldn't
plural.
do anything any dumber after your terrible, awful Happy Gilmore 1 take, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself. My man, I just want to say, I knew you could do it the whole time. It was never a matter of the skill. It was a matter of glide baits suck and you didn't want to use one. I understand.
Yep.
I feel the same
Thank you.
way. But Max sitting here, I was just reviewing the tape. I'm getting this in right under the wire here, getting it to you right before you guys record. But god dang, I went back and reviewed it. Max sitting here trying to talk about, oh, I knew you could do it. I pushed you. I made it happen. Forget about that. That's ridiculous. I mean, once again, you want to throw around the term glue guy. Everybody's having a tough time. Everybody's doing their thing, and what does Brian do? He reads the situation. He called it negative to nooch. I like that.
Yep.
Boom, glide bait in August.
Boom.
My guy. Congrats on the PB. Congrats on the glide bait fish. Congrats on proving these guys wrong. And congrats on you and Rory winning the Masters. So overall, banner year for Mr. Brian Eccles. Congrats, buddy.
Everything,
I knew you could
everything
do it.
coming up, Brian.
Once again, shout out Hammer Customs. And Nick, if you're listening, I still think we should definitely name a Phil 2.0 the Brian. That's
I would
all.
be honored.
Congrats once again, my friend.
Wow.
Wow. I've been looking forward to that, and that lived up to the hype. I mean, that was very well said, Phil. Thank you for your continued support in reaching my goals.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to have a glide bait named after me. I mean, that would be incredible. The Brian. We already had prototype one, but if Hammer Customs make it a little bit shinier for me, a little more loud, probably catch a few more fish.
That head wouldn't fit through the door no more, man.
I know, that'd be crazy.
Oh, that's good stuff. Thank you, Phil, on that.
And he even
Brian
shouted
needed
out
that.
my guy Rory. So I mean, really good stuff, Phil. We
What
did
do
it
you
as a
make of
team.
him? What do you make of him kind of bashing me for supporting you and pushing you and stuff like that?
You weren't on our side. I said that before. Trying to join the winning
We
team when we're hosting the trophy.
We don't like bandwagon fans around here, Max.
No. No.
Taylor, did you believe Brian could do
Yeah,
it?
Taylor,
let
whose
alone,
side were you on?
let
You've been a
alone
little
get a
quiet.
glide
No, I
bait
didn't
fish?
think Brian could do it.
You got a
I
freaking
didn't think
glide
he
bait
had a
fish in
chance in
August.
hell of catching a fish.
I went back and listened to like
Yeah.
one of the episodes. I'm pretty sure I said, if Brian has one hater, I am him.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's clear as day.
Mm,
Oh,
yeah.
that's too good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, speaking of glide baits, been raising a couple on them. Actually saw a couple snake on them on the way to the boat, and not eat them, which is kind of unfortunate. It's usually the sight you like to see with a muskie snaking on a bucktail, following it left and right, but not eating it. Taylor, have you had any glide bait action as of late?
No, I actually threw it. Had it, I guess, in the cold. But when we really had that cold front set in and we dropped water temps like 10 degrees in a matter of 2 days, I put a glider on. And I mean, I worked them around pretty good, and I didn't really have any action going on them whatsoever. It was definitely during that time frame was the blades, and then Suic bite picked up as the water temp dropped as well. We caught a couple on Suic, so No, I tried them and I thought that that was going to be the ticket, and it just was not. I did not bring up any fish on them. However, I did catch clients, I should say, did catch a fish on a sucker earlier this week,
Oh yeah.
and
What?
Congrats.
Yeah.
was throwing a glider then, and I'm not sure if that fish peeled off my glide bait or just ate the sucker out of random, whatever, being in the weeds and whatnot. But
Where'd you
um,
get your paws on
yeah,
a sucker?
They all got
they're
them right
all over the
now.
place right now.
Oh,
Yeah, everybody's
Are
got
you
them.
seeing are you seeing other boats hauling dragging meat?
Couple.
No, absolutely not. I have not
I
seen a
seen.
single other boat with a sucker out, actually.
Huh.
I've only seen one.
But
I take that back. Not
What do you
two.
guys
I've seen
got
one.
for what are you guys getting for temps up there?
60,
60,
62.
Oh damn. About to hit turnover here soon.
59, and
Oh,
40.
stop.
Yeah. Not with this heat up. We got a minute.
Yeah, I think this fall we knew this little second summer spurt was coming after that giant shutdown there for a week.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the exact same pattern we kind of had last September too. It was early that first week of September we got really cold weather, and then it got to what, 85 or something stupid
Oh,
like mid-September, and just
fucking
At
completely
least.
spread everything out like it was like the end of June, and we had fish in 25 feet of water and fish in 3 feet of water. It was kind of a weird time there, but I think we're gonna see the same scenario.
Yeah, I think we're gonna
yeah.
have to stay proactive here, Taylor, in the Northwoods, to stay on them. I think what we've seen in the last few weeks was about as easy as musky fishing gets, just running weed lines and throwing horizontal baits.
Yeah, I think
And
it's gonna get tough over the
We
next
can't all
couple
fish
days
the Eagle
here.
River chain every day, Gus.
yeah.
I wish I did sometimes, and I wish I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
that's too
it's
funny.
looking like the extended forecast here is gonna give us about 4 to 5 days of some tough fall heat up, and then it looks like it's gonna taper back off again.
Yeah,
I
I
think I
think
think the nights are still staying somewhat cool though, are they not? That should keep the
yes.
water temp somewhat down, and actually like that gradual increase will not be a terrible thing, I don't believe.
Okay.
I I agree. I was gonna say as long as we don't see like water temperatures rise 5 degrees in a short amount of time, or even 10, which they can. I mean, these lakes are the lakes that are dirty, or even like half dirty with the bloom that we're getting. They can rise really quick, but
Oh,
they're staying super consistent right now.
you guys want to hear a really crazy thing that happened to us last week regarding a bite window and weather change, just weather in general?
Sure.
So
No.
That's what I was.
No, we're good over
No.
here.
I think we're good. Nah, Max, what you sipping on right now? Let's change the subject.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear
I
it.
got a
All
little
right, fine.
boxed wine going.
Mm.
Okay, so right before we went into a little mega window where we caught and raised two, uh, both of our glasses fogged up for the first time that night. We were both like, "Oh shit, our glasses just fogged up," and then it was like, "Oh, there's a fish. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, there's a fish."
What time is this at?
Like 6:30 probably.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah,
What does
Uh,
that mean?
I mean
I
that
don't
was
know.
kind of like
I don't
today with the.
know.
We need a
I have no
meteorologist.
idea what it means. That's why I figured I'd bring it up, a little point of conversation here.
Yeah, we can go a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
ways with this.
So
I'm
today was
Let's
humid and they were biting, but it's
yeah,
humid like
I
the
think
whole time.
I think you're onto something with that, Max, just saying that, because like I mean there are, so tonight we were out on the water and like you could definitely feel when the window was over, because we had big fish moving around the lake, and big fish don't just move for anything. Obviously there was something environmental going on. But as soon as we lost that kind of humid feel to the air, you just knew it was going to be, tough from then on out, and it was. So I think you're definitely on with something to do with that humidity and firing them up there. But
Well, it was just
you can
I've
kind
never
of
experienced that where it was like a ball of humidity just all of a sudden hit the boat where
I
both of
feel
us
like
are like
it's
like taking our glasses off, going like, "What the fuck? My glasses just fogged up." And then literally was like, I think my next cast I raised one.
is it from humidity or is it the contrast between humidity leaving the air and your face radiating the heat and creating some
Whoa, Brian,
dew?
slow
Oh,
down.
Yeah.
come
I mean,
on.
look, I was a
You
I
are
was a
over your
physics
skis,
major,
pal.
guys.
You are over your skis right now.
I don't like think when you're in the summer and it's 90 degrees and 100% humidity, I don't think your stuff's fogging up, is it?
We're not down to
Usually, yeah.
Louisiana, man.
Let me think on this. Let me sleep on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, get
yeah.
back to
Hit
me on
us.
that
Let
one.
me run some formulas and I'll get
Yeah,
back
we'll
to
hear it again about next week. First
Yeah,
point.
give me an
Uh,
EOW on that.
you.
Brian's topic is humidity. Everything you need to know. Expert status.
Master class in humidity by Brian
it's
That would be
Eccles.
a,
to,
Is it humidity if
Medical
water
sales
is
rep.
dripping off your face? No, it's sweat.
It's rain.
If
It's raining out.
you feel wet on your head, yeah, we could do a whole segment.
yeah, probably.
I don't think
Uh,
it's anything different, Gus, than like when you and I were down in Iowa and you could kind of feel the different bite windows as they were happening. And that's based on humidity and kind of what's happening around you and stuff, and you can just feel kind of what you should be doing. And I think that is a big part of it.
yeah, you just feel it in your plums. All of a sudden, you're like, all right,
Seriously.
windows open.
Windows open, windows shut. Yeah, I think I don't know if I got like just being out in the water a lot, you can almost just like feel it a little bit more just being outside a lot. Today was definitely one of those days where it felt humid the entire time. Like I can't even remember now if I said this before we started recording or not, but we were literally just fishing a spot and I'm like, is it raining or is it misting? And like we all me and the two clients, like we all thought it was kind of raining, but it was just so humid that it just felt like we were having like water on our face and hands.
Brian,
That's
what
how
you make of
humid it
that?
was.
What'd you make of that,
Water on
Brian?
face and hands. I think you're getting a little hot and sweaty, bro. I don't think that's humidity.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
T-shirt
Fire up
and
another on the line, Gus.
yeah, okay.
Debating
Let's get
water.
another on the line here. Yeah, this is
Just
getting
debating
outrageous.
condensation.
it's, it's like you can just look this up on the internet. It's science,
I
but
don't even know if you could. It's kind of a crazy question.
yeah, for real. Okay, let's start this.
Hey guys, poorly made musky memes calling in once again. This is a hypothetical question, and it's
Shout
got
out.
two parts to it. So,
Oh boy.
in this perfect world, you catch a personal best muskie. What is going to be your drink of choice if you only get one to celebrate? The other question is, would that drink be different if it was actually a state or world record?
Mm,
Is he
Damn.
recording that out on his like back porch?
nice little birds chirping in the background.
Yeah.
It's
That was
kinda nice.
gorgeous, poorly made.
Yeah.
I know you had it like that. Man, I don't know. I gotta think on that. I don't know if know enough drinks to really, kind of choose one for a PB and choose one for a world record.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
you
never gonna have to
do.
worry about the latter.
No, not if I keep throwing a glide bait.
It's
Somebody
got to be old
kick us
fashioned for
off.
me.
Yeah. I'm with Taylor. Old
What'd you
fashioned,
say?
no doubt.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was gonna say too, honestly. That or a Manhattan. Those taste good. Because
Yeah.
I feel like one of these big fish, I'm just picturing it being caught in the fall and you get back home and have a Manhattan or an old fashioned next to a fireplace and watch some football. I mean, come on.
Well, that was gonna
Manhattan.
yeah. I don't know about Manhattan.
It's a little sus.
That's a little sus, guys.
No,
Take
it
that
ain't.
back.
No, it
It's
ain't.
kind of
Can't be a
sus.
fishing guy talking about Manhattans over here.
Yeah, wait.
Oh,
You a
wait.
banker in New York?
Where are you from?
You just
Yeah,
lost your
Google
manhood again,
pull,
Gus.
pull up Manhattan. What do we got going on in Manhattan?
Manhattan is a
It's
classic and
whiskey,
sophisticated
sweet vermouth,
cocktail.
and bitters. It's basically
Basically an
you
old
like 'em.
fashioned.
Yeah, it's almost like it's
Basically
an
an
old
old fashioned
fashioned.
with
with
without
vermouth.
the yes,
No
instead of like
cherries.
soda.
It's kind
It
of
actually
fruity.
might be a less fruity version of a old fashioned.
No, no,
It's
no,
more
no.
bitter. I was gonna say, what the hell are you guys talking
It's
about?
just got kind of a fruity name.
Yeah, New York. Get
Manhattan.
out of here.
I thought it was vodka.
That East Coaster stuff.
Jesus, guys, come on. Manhattans are tasty.
Shoot, hang
Um,
on. Let me see the recipe here. 2 ounce rye whiskey or bourbon, 1 ounce sweet
unsweet
vermouth, 2 dashes of bitters, and a garnish, cherry or lime lemon twist.
Angostura bitters.
Lemon twist is a little zesty, Gus.
Yeah,
I don't do the lemon twist, dog. What you reading about? Now you're reading
that's
about somebody
crazy.
probably from New York writing that.
Mm.
You,
Nah. Manhattan with 2 green olives. Boom.
oh God.
All right.
Well,
Taylor,
Pull up a bourbon
or I
old
guess
fashioned. Pull up a bourbon old fashioned recipe.
Bourbon.
okay. Uh why am I looking this up? It's just 2 dashes of bitters and whiskey, mash up
Orange cherry
cube,
juice,
orange cherry
press, and
juice
I
maybe
don't
a
with
know. I
splash
just
of 7
ordered it.
Up.
yeah, a splash of
Splash.
7
Yeah.
or
Simple syrup.
squirt for sour.
Taylor, are you a 7 Up in the old fashioned kind of guy?
Yeah.
Honestly, you go to like a nice classy restaurant, they know how to make a good old fashioned. Without the 7 Up, it's kind of nice. It kind of bites you a little bit. It's not,
That's what I usually do.
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, but living in Minneapolis, I order a lot of old fashions when I go out. It's literally just kind of like a bucket of whiskey
Yeah,
with
but
a
you get a
big
little of the
cube.
cherry and yeah.
And like you feel kind of guilty drinking like 2 of them. Like it's definitely one of those where like you kind of like the waiter looks at you a little funny if you have a second or a third.
Yeah.
But like you go to northern Wisconsin, you order the old fashions in like the little fucking plastic, supper club glasses with like, old fashioned sour,
Yeah.
sweet. You
Oh
pound
yeah.
6 of those
Oh yeah. I mean, they'll have
without
another
batting
one
an
there
eye.
in 2 minutes. They just
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah, they're
Dude,
just like, oh, another one of those. Yep, sounds
Yeah.
good.
dude, there's a place shout out Cougs. When we go visit him and Shawno, we go to a supper club called Classics, and they got $2 old
Oh yeah.
fashions. And
Oh,
you're just like every who knows how long
5 minutes.
you're like, waiter or tender.
yeah. No one's giving you the side eye when you're putting
Oh no,
down
that's
three or
why
four
people
old
are there.
fashions in Wisconsin.
No, not at
No.
all.
Y'all ever had? I honestly don't think I've had this. I just saw a video with it the other day. It's a tequila sunrise.
Yeah.
Like I've had a lot of mimosas, but a tequila sunrise, that thing looks tasty. I'm not a tequila guy.
What's that again, Brian? You got the
It's
concoction there?
tequila, it's orange juice and grenadine. I think that's it.
Yeah, it's like what
Hmm.
they serve at like all-inclusive resorts.
Yeah,
It's what like
sandals.
17-year-old chicks drink.
17. How do you know that, dog?
All right, sorry. It's what college chicks drink. Yeah. That's-
Cut the tape.
All right, beep.
I'm just saying that's like the fact that you're just learning about tequila sunrises at 27 is kind
Well,
of
it's like
crazy.
a very tropical drink. We're not
Right.
necessarily in the tropics, but well, that's what I said.
Sure.
I don't know a lot of drinks. I know an old fashioned, I know a CC and 7, I know a vodka Red Bull, and that's about where it ends.
CC and 7. Yeah, that's a tough one to order. Oh man,
Is that your go-to bar drink?
Which one?
it's a
CC.
VRB.
VRB, yeah. If I got a night ahead of me, trying to stay awake, yeah.
Otherwise, it's the CC7
Yeah.
splash of bitters, maybe.
Nah, I keep it simple. Can't be telling them too much. CC7.
Mm,
No Jim
yeah.
Beam. That stuff sucks.
Taylor, what's your go-to drink?
He said old fashioned.
I know. Well, that's celebrating a muskie. I didn't know if it was his go-to. Oh, we
Yeah,
got
that's
bad
kind of the
service.
go-to anyway. But otherwise, I'm a Crown and Coke kind of fella.
Mm.
That's
Mm.
some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I can get on board with
we had a
that.
wedding we went down to down in Iowa, and they had open bar down there, and they had Crown Apple when that shit first came out.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness, I
Ooh.
was double fisting, triple fisting for a while until it was a great time. Not
That's
a dancer,
awesome.
but I was dancing all night.
Oh
So
yeah, that'll get you up and going.
I believe that. Oh man.
Good question, poorly made.
Yeah.
Um, you got any others, Gus, to fire up, or what's on the rest of the agenda here this evening?
Yeah, let's get one more going here.
Hello, this is Max Kaufman with Cougar Baits Fishing Lures. I just want to say again, thank you, Gus, for taking me out fishing this summer. I can't thank you enough. You're always the bee's knees to share the boat with. But the real question that I would have is, was there a bait that any of you picked up this winter for like during show season or whatnot that really lived up to the expectation that you thought or hoped that you thought it would be as good as it was? Or was there a bait you picked up that you were kind of disappointed in, that you had high hopes for, but just didn't perform the way you wanted it to perform? Thank you so much, guys. Keep it up. I love listening to y'all's podcast once a week. Stick in there. Love to hear all the on the lines. Thank you. Have a great day.
Hey,
Thank
appreciate
you,
it,
Max.
Max. That's a
I
loaded
don't know.
question. He's kind of wanting us to throw
I
some
th-
bait makers under the bus. Which one's underperformed?
back to
I
fuck
know.
that bait segment, boys.
Yeah,
Fuck
fuck that
that
bait of the
bait.
week.
Fuck
Fuck
that
that
bait.
bait.
Fuck that
Fuck
bait.
that bait.
What, did
Well,
that
I
segment
know.
last like a week?
No, we did it like 3 times.
I
I
think
think
it's
Quad
every
Dog
time
was
that I've been on.
one. That might have been the first one, honestly.
The quaddy. Yeah.
Yeah. Catch fish, probably. Taylor, I know you have for sure one that you thought was gonna crush and has, and we've caught some in our boat, but not nearly as many as you have, and I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. That was actually two baits came to mind as far as can we all do favorites first and then we'll get into fuck that bait segment?
Yeah,
I
for
would
sure.
say that the two that absolutely crushed fish that I was very pleased with. Number one, the Hammer Customs baits out in Gamrose. The Hammer absolutely annihilated fish in the early season,
Hmm.
from all the way down in Iowa, and then opening weekend. I think we caught like 14 fish on opening weekend on just that bait. So that was incredible. Love the action of that thing, just insane. And then to be able to get that bait into the figure eight and run it like a crankbait kind of twitch bait versus just a dive and rise, it's not really doing much. That thing is awesome. Completely turns sideways on the pauses and can almost turn it into a glider. It's just such a crazy like hybrid bait that I was blown away by that one. And then second but not least, the Bam Bam Bait Company swim fin, which I'm sure is the one that Gus was talking about.
Yep.
That has been incredible in my boat this season. Actually, Brady commented on one of my posts or whatever on my guide page and said it's going to be interesting to see how many fish we've caught on that bait. But I totaled him up after he had said that, and so far for the year, I think it's like 46 fish that
What?
we've caught on just the swim fin
Wow.
this year. It has been just ridiculous. I'm blown away by that thing. Just that side to side action you can get with that thing with the head drop, and those fish are just coming unglued. I mean, I've got some pretty cool videos of fish just doing stupid fish shit on those. So very very happy about that purchase.
Unreal.
I've gone through more swim fins than I think I should at all through a season. So excited to see what they will do in the fall as well. So I know like I threw them made majority of the time was like mid July through August, and here in early September I've been throwing them too. But that's kind of that time frame that we've caught all those fish on them. So it's been incredible the last couple months.
That's
'Cause-
awesome. Yeah, the action on those things are second to none. I mean, we saw them opening weekend put on a clinic in a way. Unfortunately, we lost. I know I lost a really big one on it, and like the following week after opener, lost another big one on it. And I don't know if it was because of those losses, like kind of went away from it, and all of the rubber action was just like tubes and deuces. But like I said, that swim fin action is like second to none on. And Taylor, your videos for those listening, if you haven't seen on Muskie Guarantee Guide Service on Facebook, Taylor had a really nice video, basically how to work a swim fin in a pull pause scenario, which is definitely the best way to utilize that bait. And yeah, I can't wait to try it more into the fall when I get back into a little better rubber bite. You know, right now it's not like a crazy rubber bite like July and most of August was, but I know it will continue to produce for sure. There's one bait I was gonna add, and of course you said the hammer jerk. That thing was, um, when I started playing around with it more last fall, it was unreal in October. So I foresee that happening again this year for sure, especially with the Suic bike picking up. I've been throwing around the hammer jerk a little bit, and it's been getting some lookers, but I don't think it's like full head of steam yet on that bite. So I think it's only getting started. But one I've been actually very impressed with, and as you know, Taylor, like the Huntsy tails have been absolutely lights out this year. But another one that I've been kind of playing around with is the Musky Addicts flamethrower, like that little double bladed with the single in front of it, and that thing has such a unique sound to it, and it has like this little tiny wobble almost to it, like a stagger, even though it's got the single exact same blades, double eights or whatever. I think I have the 888, and I have unfortunately not boated any, but it has hooked a couple fish, and the ones that it has hooked have been very large, which is pretty sweet to see. And they're actually hooking large fish on systems that don't generally see that size of fish on the regular. And one of them got to see tarpon walk out and out of the water and shake the bait. So that was unfortunate, but still cool to see that. So I've been very impressed with that one. It's moved some hot fish too, and I'm going to continue to throw that while the blade bite's still going. But no, this year it's been a little bit more on just like the bread and butters. Got it done mainly. So I don't know if Brian, Max, from what you guys have seen when you've gotten out over this year for
Yeah,
what you've been liking.
my expo haul, which is a good amount of baits. I think everything underperformed except
Manta hang 10.
not that. That wasn't an expo haul. The Smitty joiner that I caught one on after the glide bait fish. That
Yes.
one kind of shocked everybody. Got it done.
Smitty joining
Uh,
crankbait. And your custom Mayhem
no, that
Junior
was it.
Cowgirl.
That wasn't an expo. That was an over the winter, but it wasn't an expo.
That was just a late night purchase.
Yeah, that was when we had Brad on.
Oh, Brad on, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of sold me on that, but yeah, I can't say I've either thrown I've thrown the others maybe even enough to like warrant it to catch a fish or to claim that it sucks yet, but um yeah.
It's tough
Max?
to say. I mean, Max, you go up for what maybe lived up to the hype or whatever for that part of the question. But yeah, to preface the the next part of it, like ones that didn't meet the hype or whatever, most of the times it's just probably because of lack of throwing them
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
general.
I mean, I Gus, remind me of that glide bait name that I got.
A
Um
Rusty's Custom six
yeah,
sucker
I mean, I
runs like a
threw
dream.
I threw that thing for 22 casts maybe all year. So I'm not
Okay.
ready to say that it sucks, but
Jesus, Brian. You can't-
That
I
thing
should.
smashed. Everyone else who throws it smashes
I know.
fish
All
on
I'm saying is I haven't thrown it enough. I just haven't been in the
Yeah,
position to
yeah.
throw a glide and glides in general. Yeah,
it. You
so
haven't
You
been in
can't say you
position, huh?
haven't been in the position.
We fished an entire opening Northern Wisconsin Muskie weekend, which is like by far one of the better time frames to throw a glide bait.
Hmm. Yeah, for
Right.
some people, for sure.
Yeah.
What you got there,
Um,
Max?
try to change it up from you guys. I'd say the Pitbull, the P2, Pitbull Double Dog when it came out, went on a nice little run there with getting some fish activated. So I would
Yes,
say that
sir.
one definitely was a good producer there for a bit. Probably will make a comeback here, closer towards October time frame if I had to guess.
I agree.
And then for me, a little resurgence on the single bladed bucktails this year for sure. Definitely was throwing a little bit more of those single eights, single sevens, even down to single fives. The small bucktails kind of making a reemergence in the bucktail game. Felt like for a while there, all I was throwing was double tens, double eights, nine tens, eight nines, stuff like that. Huntsies obviously crush, but yeah, getting down and dirty with some of those single bladed bucktails has actually gotten me a couple
Hmm.
fish this year. So I would say doing that has been good because I think I've caught on the single bladed a couple times behind somebody who was throwing a straight retrieve bait in front of me. So definitely something a little different. I feel like not as many people are throwing those single bladed stuff as much anymore.
No, it's kind of like a mixed bag. Every once in a while, I feel like a lot of people throw singles, but at the end of the day, I mean, I haven't really thrown a lot of singles in the last few times I have been on days where they kind of come up on blades and they don't quite do the thing, and then you just switch immediately to a single blade, and it seems like that is like all they need.
I
Just a little
think
skinny
when
profile and
I
different
could be kind
vibration.
of wrong here, but I feel like I don't even know what you kind of classify these types of waters as, but like predominantly musky fisherman type waters, I feel like the single blades work really well in
I know what you're
because
talking about.
a
Lakes that
lot of
you don't
yeah,
see walleye or panfishers that much. It's just like nobody or a musky fisherman.
correct.
Yeah.
I feel like those types of lakes you can do good on the single bladed bucktails. Cause yeah, like super high pressure lakes where you got a lot of weekend people coming up and maybe they musky fish. They're going in Grandpa's shed and grabbing a Meps,
They're grabbing the singles.
musky killer, a lot of single blades, but maybe there's some of those more designated musky lakes that don't see as much of the uneducated pressure, maybe more educated
I
pressure.
gotcha. The educated pressure, most of those guys are throwing a lot of pull paws and like double A's, double nines, double tens, big blades. Where those, maybe you throw the single blades, switch up, curveball.
Mhm.
I like it. That's a nice little ninja tip there. And I kind of agree. I very much agree that that can be deadly. I'm trying to think on underperforming. I mean, I don't know. There was a lot of I probably picked up too many baits, and there's a lot of baits that unfortunately haven't caught this year that I think more or less attest to just how much being thrown. And honestly, at this point in the year, it's kind of hard to like switch up programs. I mean, Taylor, as you know, like once you get to this time of year, like I have my little pile of baits by my console there, and like a very good chance we don't go the day without, or we don't go a day by grabbing a new bait out of the box. Like we're just using what's on the deck that's in very heavy rotation because we're just on a pattern of what they've been eating. And it's been consistent since basically like end of June, damn near, or even longer than that. So, um, I don't know. I'm being nice tonight. I don't think I can put anything on fuck that bait segment unless somebody has got one.
I've got one that should be on yours. That's one of mine that you scold me every
Mm,
time I clip it on.
The
what's
globe.
that? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. God, the globe. They're heating up on top water, so maybe I should probably give it a chance because
I
we
mean, I
tried it all
get
year
your
when top
your
waters stunk.
your model of the globe, a little bit smaller, it's slightly quieter. Caught some
Slightly
big
less
ass
annoying.
bucket bass. But yeah, mine it sounds like a train coming at you. No cigar
Chugga
yet.
chugga 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 chugga. Oh,
Yeah.
I think I'm on the same track with that. I was gonna say the Lake X hammer. Nothing against Lake X. I absolutely love Lake X lures, but those baits that have that like metal sound, I just cannot stand them. I think there was one a couple years ago came out that was the Big Al from TR Customs. That was the same thing with that metal on metal, and I can't stand to throw those baits for more than like 10 minutes.
I mean, like
I'll
on
lose my mind.
paper, it should be good. Like it sounds like something that would really piss him off.
Just pisses me off, if we're being
Yeah.
honest.
Well, you're just like Gus.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know
but
I know I've seen quite a few pictures of people catching fish on them this year that have actually given them runtime. That's probably my biggest issue is I
yeah.
put it on for a split second. I'm like, yep, I remember why it was still sitting on the bottom of my boat. So
Yeah.
I mean, overall, it's been kind of a rough topwater year, at least for my boat. I think for yours too, Taylor, kind of, sort of.
yeah, I think we've caught probably 10 fish on topwater total, which is very low for the amount of time that we've thrown it. And we've actually had a lot of fish just beach ball topwater, like come up and
Yeah.
slap at it or just do stupid stuff and not getting hooks in them. But yeah, it has not been the topwater year that it usually is. So that's been unfortunate. But when they do come unglued, they really snatch it. So that's cool.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree in that sense. I don't think in my boat we nearly throw as much topwater as you do in general. Um, but it's been tough up until literally this last like week. It would be here and there, like Brian's big one on top and a couple more flaptail encounters and the prop styles are kind of making a little good push as of lately. Mainly the CBJ and the Suic Nightwalker. Those have been the kind of top producers in my rig this last like 6 days or so. Apart from the MK65, I haven't been throwing the little C4 much. I feel like if I want to throw a flap and be slow, it's just going to be the big one. But yeah, I don't know if you guys got anything else to add there, but or any other topics you guys want to get on. But I think we got a little good Northwoods update there and a little on the line segments added in. I think we got a good pod there. It's getting a little late. I know all of us got to get up early for work. Taylor and I, we got to get up and get out and get on the water again. So I think with
Uh,
that, we could probably wrap her up.
real quick, real quick.
Hmm.
I'm not, look, I don't want to start an overreaction of the week
Humidity.
segment. Maybe we should start an overreaction of the week segment.
Packers going to the Super Bowl.
I haven't seen the Packers look that good in a long time, guys.
Yeah,
Been a
I was
long
waiting for
time.
it. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. I could not agree more.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
That was good. We'll see how it goes tonight, I guess, for all those that are listening. Tomorrow drops Packer game tomorrow. At home
Hey,
against the Commanders. Should be a good one.
that should be a good one. Brian, also super random. A client today, Tim, he said he put on our podcast the other week when you talked about like a super sleeper in the outro or something.
Mecca
And
Buka.
Yeah.
his wife was in the car with, and she overheard it. And she didn't really care much about the musky stuff, but overheard the fantasy talk. And she's in like a big family or a family fantasy football league. And she took your advice and grabbed him and started him week one and is very
Nice.
happy.
I
Two
forgot I
tuds.
said that. Yeah, super sleeper. Yeah.
Mecca Buka.
That's awesome.
That's insane.
So
Hey,
I
we're
guess
we're
people
we're
do listen to those
yeah,
segments.
we're a sports pod with a little bit of musky fishing added in.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Before we sign off here, Taylor, I don't know if you got much open, but if you do, let people know where to find you for your guide service, your videos, and all that stuff.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook at Musky Guaranteed Guide Service. You can text me 715-490-5088. I'm also on Instagram, but I don't get on there very much at all. had that talk with. So I get a bunch of fake bots on that, so I stay off of that. Otherwise, yeah, you can find me also on YouTube. I have a couple of videos on there as well. Not too many, but yeah, I do not really have any openings. All of September is booked, and most of October. I think I got a couple. Should be probably right around turnover time or whatever, mid-October, that are available. Otherwise, I will be booking for the 2026 season starting in November. That is all.
How late will you run the
Great.
boat? Are you taking trips till ice up?
Probably until like Halloween. That's
Okay.
generally I don't really get anybody that wants to go out and brave the elements. Usually those people are the diehards that have their own
Yeah.
boats already, and then I mean I'm just burning gas at that point. So I'll probably just jump in with Gus and be an extra line for his trolling route.
Nice.
That's what I'm gonna be doing. Especially if sucker prices are a lot. But I know you hunt a lot in the fall too.
Yeah, I like to get out in the woods, do the bow hunting thing, kind of relax, but it's also kind of tough to explain to my wife and kids that I've been gone all summer and fall, so I'm gonna go bow hunting now. See you later. So um,
Yeah.
we'll see how that
Right.
flies.
Maybe you'll do a little woods hunting this
A
fall.
little,
But
just a little, yeah, yeah.
then on your off days, I'll just drag your ass out. We'll get some extra trolling lines in with you, and yeah, Nikki will understand. It'll be all good.
Yeah, perfect. We'll bring the kids. We'll get extra lines yet.
Oh, there we
Go.
go. I wish it was like Minnesota rules. We could just have like a refugee boat and just put in hella lines.
20 lines.
Gus's daycare service.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's too good. All right. With that, Brian,
Oh,
you want to
Lord.
just take it away here?
I've
We
done
got you
this in a
back
while.
here. We missed you last week.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Muskie's on Tap. Shout out to Taylor Flannery with Muskie Guaranteed Guide Service for coming on tonight to chop it up with us on his travels home from getting off the lake. What is this? Fall now, kind of? Is it officially fall? Officially fall.
No,
Warm
not
up
yet.
coming this weekend. Gonna be hot. Get out the sunscreen again. Bunch of
Packers,
golf in the
talk Packers.
forecast. We got Ryder Cup here in like 3 weeks. Packers tomorrow night. If you're listening to this before the game, I'm gonna get Packers 31-20.
Wow.
Let's go.
Okay. Start of the week. Who's the start of the week?
What?
Start of the week. We got a
Start
start of the week.
Start of the week?
Start of the
Fantasy
week.
corner.
Oh, start of the week, starter of the week. God, off the dome. Good Lord. Give us a Cortland Sutton for the Broncos. Put him in your lineup.
Got him.
Put it in there. Don't think about it.